So today in part 2 of this series, teach you some specific examples of how educators can use the 80-20 rule to have a more efficient and effective impact in our classroom and improve work-life balance and efficiency. Well, hello, wonderful educators. It's Jill Waters, your Oasis mentor here. And today we're going to continue to talk about the Pareto Principle, or what others like to call the 80-20 rule. It's a principle that states that 20% of what we do gives us 80% of the impact. So we want to get more what we call bang for our buck. If you want more resources on how to overcome and prevent teacher burnout, you can go to oasisedservices.com. Please like and subscribe to this channel. So today we're going to discuss 5 areas in which you can use the 80-20 principle to be more impactful in your classroom. So the 80-20 rule, it is a powerful concept, also known as the Pareto Principle. It means that 80% of our results come from 20% of the effort that we put in. It means that 80% of your impact from 20% of your teaching strategies. And 80% of your learning may come from 20% of your lessons. And 80% of your classroom issues often come from 20% of your students. And it could also mean that 80% of your teacher stress comes from 20% of tasks that usually aren't even about teaching. I want to talk to you specifically about 5 areas where you can use the 80-20 rule to get more bang for your buck, to be more effective in your classroom, and to help you with your work-life balance. So the first one is lesson planning. And so here's your high impact, your 20%. Focus on engaging teaching methods like active learning, discussions, and hands-on activities that engage or enhance students' learning. Your low impact, that 80%, this could be spending hours perfecting every worksheet, perfecting every slide. Instead of doing this, reuse and adapt materials as needed. Here's a tip. You can create a reusable lesson plan and tweak it each week as needed instead of starting from scratch every time. All right, here's where you can use the 80-20 rule in grading and feedback. So your high impact 20% going to be to give targeted, meaningful feedback on key assignments that truly helps students grow. And that low impact 80%, spending excessive time grading every single assignment, especially those homework assignments. So here's a tip for you. You could use rubrics, peer reviews, and also automated tools like Google Forms, other auto-graded quizzes that could reduce your grading time. Here's where you can use it in a third area, in communication and in meetings. So your high impact 20%, you want to give clear, direct communication to parents and students. And you want to do that when it truly matters. For example, when a student is struggling. All right, here's your low impact 80% is addressing all emails, all communication from parents at all hours of the night, and attending meetings that are not necessary. So if it is an email or communication that is not urgent, you have 24 hours, or 48 hours. Each school or district usually has criteria or requirement for teachers to respond to emails in a certain amount of time. If it's not urgent, it can wait. My self-care and my sanity, I do not look at emails after work hours. I have a set time, and after that, you will hear from me tomorrow. Tomorrow is another day. Here's a tip for you. Just like I said, you can set those office hours. So let parents know, hey, at this set time, it might be 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, whatever that is for you. I don't respond to emails after this time. I will get back with you within 24 to 48 hours. There's a fourth area in classroom management. So your high impact 20% that's going to give you more bang for your buck is going to be to establish strong classroom routines and those expectations. And you want to do it earlier in the year. If you take the first couple of weeks of school and really establish those routines, those procedures, your expectations. In the long run, it's going to prevent so many future disruptions. These are things like, how are we going to line up? Are you going to put your assignments? Do you sharpen your pencils in the middle of me talking? I like to have pencils already sharpened for the day, already ready to go. Do you have certain symbols for example, ours is if you need to go to the restroom, it's an R. W if you need to get water. This if you want tissue. Or actually raise your hand if you have a question. Little things like that, it makes the day go so much smoother. Versus our 80% low impact. You're constantly addressing behavior issues. Could have been prevented with just establishing clear rules and expectations from the beginning. So here's a tip. At the beginning of the school year, invest time in relationship building and classroom structure. And here is your 5th area. It is professional development. So, wonderful educators, I'm all about professional development. I'm constantly working on myself. I think it is a beautiful thing. We should always be learning in on our craft. I think that that's amazing. I provide professional development for educators. I truly believe that that increases your effectiveness as an educator. Here's your high impact, that 20% that's going to be more impactful. You want to focus on a few high quality professional development opportunities that align with your goals. And that low impact 80% is just attending every workshop and training just for the sake of attending it. Here's a tip. You don't want to do that. You want to choose professional development or learning that directly improves your teaching effectiveness and reduces your workload. So as always, I love this time that we spend together. By focusing on that 20% of the activity, make the biggest difference. You can free up time and reduce burnout. Leave a comment below. What strategy resonated with you? What are some of the things that you know you can start that will help you be more effective in your classroom? As there's so much greatness in you, go forth and be great. I'll see you next time in the Oasis. Here's another video that will help you to be the best teacher that you can be. I'll see you next time.